One, we're going to go through a director's commentary of one of my favorite, I think it is my favorite scenes in the movie, in Malibu Road movie. It's a long dolly shot. We set up 50 feet of dolly track through my house in Malibu and shot a 13 to 15 minute uninterrupted dialogue scene between two of our leads. And I'll take you through it step by step here in Premiere Pro, which I've never tried before, so we'll see if this works. And if there's any problems with the audio or anything, just just say the word, and I'll fix it. All right, so here we go. The music under this is just temp music. The real music in the movie is not part of this. This is just the raw take. And we stopped slating by this point. We've shot 14 takes of this 15-minute scene in a single day at this point. Michael Andrikopoulos, Jessica Andrus. Michael's the guy, Jessica's the girl. Amelia obviously did a fantastic job, our producer, on the production design, the wardrobe, the set. Everything looks super 70s, 1972. Right down to the bicycle and the... Jessica's a housewife in Malibu. Michael's this hitchhiker con artist that's him and his partner in crime have worked their way in. And we dolly down the hall on this old Fisher dolly on these tracks. And there's actually in the movie dialogue behind the wall. They're talking in the kitchen, and we figured it would be mysterious to not be able to see them while they were talking, but the dolly was still moving. And we have to time all this stuff really precisely.
I'm really sorry that me and Maggie kept you up last night.
We're doing it for 15 straight minutes.
I'm sorry that we were loud.
Oh. No.
The boom mic operator, Myra Rodriguez, did a fantastic job because she has to constantly hide behind tables and bars and the door and run down the hallway and then run back so that she can't be seen because nobody in the crew can break the take when we're trying to do a 15-minute long scene. Thank you for following Callum Wyman. Callum Wyman.
I'm actually okay with silence.
If we weren't going for an uninterrupted take, I would have had them not hide behind the chairs here as actors. They're Meisner actors. They're very well trained. Jessica went to Strasberg, and Michael went to Beverly Hills Playhouse with me. But they could have not hid quite as much. But Jessica's got good instincts, and she gets out of the hiding position so that they're right up on each other, like they do in the movies.
What do you see?
What's up, Callum? This is a scene from the movie I directed, Malibu Road. It's coming out in 2,000 theaters later this year worldwide. I'm talking about how we shot it. It's 15 minutes long, dolly shot through this big Malibu house. Amelia, obviously fantastic production design. The cinematography is great. We're shooting through a 1970s lens, which is why it's got this very 70s feel to it, along with the production design.
Fucking. 3 years.
Do you ever get bored?
Constantly.
With her.
Yeah,
The interesting thing is we're 4 or 5 minutes in here. We haven't stopped the take yet. The dolly is just slowly moving through this entire house. Picking up the vase wasn't a great instinct, but Jessica's usually got great instincts.
How long have you lived here?
It was a little too deliberate and too much center frame. She doesn't know that we're so wide here.
You and Lewis were not living here before that? Well, you were just,
Fucking.
and Engaged.
The camera dolly guys bump into the
It was a very short
cinematographer briefly over here on the left towards the end. It's the only mistake in the take, in take number 15.
You know they say that we fall in love in an instant. And the rest is just denial.
Just in case the entire take didn't work as a single 15-minute scene, we did go on a second day and shoot close-ups of everything that happened in the long take so that we could intercut if necessary. Right now, we intercut some, but I do want to at least put the entire long take out there on its own.
Conning is not lying, love.
Thanks, Santa. I'll be live all month. Just had a lot of work to do for the movie this past week or two. 10 days.
What did you find?
Nothing.
Did it feel good?
What?
The sneaking. It always does, doesn't it?
Nice framing there. We're about halfway through the scene, I think now. 2/3? 2/3. And nobody's busted the take yet. It's hard to do 15 minutes in a row without busting the take.
Does he keep on hours?
How many minutes is that, dead man?
He's like clockwork.
Why are
See,
you
they're
wondering?
talking here.
Coffee?
No.
They stuck that. That was nice. That was always a hard thing to stick, was the timing of Michael and them arriving back there at the same time that the camera dollied right back there.
Okay. I'll take some.
This is just as long as any take in Birdman, and probably 1917.
Out. Maybe. If she was here, she would work.
2-hour take. Now Michael's got that coffee mug in his hand. He hands it to a PA. And there's about 9 inches of room between her head and the camera there, so it's hard for them to get through that.
And cut.
So yeah, that's a long take, and a lot of complex moving parts to it. And that was the 15th take, the 15th time we shot it that day, and we got it on the 15th try.
It always does, doesn't it?
The 14th was okay, but we went for one more just in case. And the last two, nobody busted the take for 13 to 14 minutes or whatever, however long it is. And but it took the first 12 for everybody to kind of rehearse what they had to do on the crew side, because the actors are just doing a scene. It's easier for them to just keep acting. The crew is to make sure that they're not breaking the take for 15 minutes, which is very
Keep on hours?
you know,
No,
not
no,
what they're
he's
used to.
like clockwork.
Why are you wondering?
The music in the movie, I don't remember the name of the track. It's a scored track, I think, in the soundtrack. This is not the music that's in the movie Formula One. The original music that I liked for it was Gordon Lightfoot's If You Could Read My Mind. And that might actually end up being used for it. We'll see. We have a locked soundtrack, but we might improve the soundtrack. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Amelia, our producer, put like, I think it was black tape on that refrigerator there to make it look more old and not modern, because it looked a little too 80s and not 70s enough, or too 90s, I don't know, whatever. There was some other stuff we had to cover up. There's something on that wall we covered up with the surfboard, I think. And cut.
Perfect.
All right. So there you go. That's some behind the scenes movie making there. If like somebody came into the frame, we had to reset, even if it was like 7 minutes in, reset the entire take. And so that was a very complicated process. Amelia and Myra were critical in getting it done right, because they figured out how to move everybody around the room without anybody ever being seen on the camera while the camera's moving 50 feet through the house. Myra had the hardest job because she's carrying a boom mic that's like 20 feet long with a shotgun mic on the end of it, and so she's having to like go all over the place in crazy ways, and that's that's not the easiest thing in the world to do. We'll play some PUBG now. Yeah, there was one take of that where a helicopter flew overhead, and it was halfway through the take, and it was one of our better takes, and then a helicopter flies overhead, and I was like, fuck us, come on. And Jessica did a good job dealing with it, because she treated it like it was just part of the world. She just yelled over the helicopter, yelled her line like it was just the thing.